Hey, welcome back to Vortex Garage. Today we're going to show you a little bit of raw footage from doing some work with our long 460 DT tractor. Now, if you've seen on our channel, we've had videos of this tractor before, and it was always us doing work on the tractor and never the tractor doing work. So this time it's a little bit different because pretty much all that we have here is some just footage of us doing some work on the road. And that's one of the primary reasons we have this, is we've got some old gravel roads that are not maintained by anyone. So all the folks around here just sort of chip in and we do it ourselves, and this is sort of helping with that. So what you're going to see is, as I was doing it, I didn't really plan out any video. I just sort of brought the GoPro along and we did a little bit of shooting here and there. So we'll just have some raw video, not really talking much on it. And the only other thing to go over, we have a bit of a fuel leak and we're going to have to figure that out and solve it. Fuel tank's got to shut off, so we turn off the diesel at the tank. But we were noticing the last time we ran it, prepping to do this job, that there was some drip coming out of the area of the lift pump. So what I did is I cleaned everything off and kind of put my hand around everything and felt fuel dripping between the copper fittings. And it seemed like in the top of the lift pump itself. So I went ahead and put a new lift pump on. They're only like 25 bucks. And replaced all the copper gaskets, and that took care of that leak. There was no more seepage. I could turn the tank on with it not running, and there was nothing dripping out, whereas before it would literally, just from sitting, if you left the fuel on, it would drip. So I thought we had taken care of that, but when we took it out after running for about an hour or so, I stopped and looked, and you'll see on the video, it looks like we now have a leak, or the second leak, we've solved one and there's probably another, is out of the injection pump itself. So we're gonna have to figure out what to do with that, but we'll show you that on the video. So let's hop right into it, and you'll just see some raw footage of this thing in work, using the front boom to lift up some asphalt millings. We get some piles of those dropped, and of course I had to learn a little bit about how to attack those piles, when to put the clutch in, how much fuel to give it, and whatnot. So the first time I stalled it out, you'll see that. And then of course we use the box blade in the back as we redistribute some of that aggregate. We come through with the box blade and smooth the road out. And I didn't take a before of the road, but just imagine probably about 200 potholes, maybe less. But it was literally that bad that you could not dodge the potholes anymore. So going from that to what you'll see in the video really shows this thing did a good job. So that encourages us to take care of some other things, like fixing the fuel leaks. Maybe we'll look at taking care of some dry rotted tires eventually, but it's good to see this thing getting some work done. Let's go ahead and show you. So we ran the tractor for about an hour, probably. Unfortunately, although we put our new lift pump on, which is down here, and we had a little bit of seepage out of our copper gaskets, which we replaced, it looks to me like we're actually leaking out of our injection pump. Look at all this here. So that means I'm going to either have to rebuild or just replace the injection pump. It's probably just some O-rings on these shafts that are letting stuff out, or a gasket. But you can see I had cleaned all this up, and now it's just full of diesel. I know it's a little hard to see because of the sun, but there's diesel all dripping down. Looks like there's some coming out here. I mean, I could try to retighten these fittings. I did buy new fitting pieces, but I have a bad feeling that what I'm really looking at here is a injection pump leak. But if you've experienced this, or you think you know what it is, drop me a comment. I'd love to know. For now, I ran it with just a little drip, but as you can see, it looks like it's getting worse. So I'm not going to run it too much because of that, and we're not going to want to drip too much stuff on the ground. So unfortunately, I never fixed my fuel gauge. Got the new one in, and none of the wires seem to test the way they should, which tells me either the sender is also bad, or I'm like trying to straighten this out and talk, or the wiring's bad, and it's probably the wiring. So I didn't feel like messing with it. I felt like running the tractor. So what I am going to do, I'm going to use my little piece of brake hose here and do a little bit of fuel dipping. Looks like we have that much fuel. And of course I lost my, so this is not dry, I lost my rag, fell off the tractor. So I'm going to drop it straight in, pull it straight out. So we got that much fuel. So we got plenty of fuel left. So if we did want to run it again, I'm going to let it cool off. If we did want to run it a little bit more, at least we'll get it up the hill, we can go ahead and do that. I just thought I'd show you a little handiwork with the tractor. Good job. I've still got a little pile here. What we do is save a little bit and hand shovel that into the truck, and then if you get a little pothole here or there that uncovers, if you keep up with it, you keep it filled, and you don't have to scrape as much. Sometimes in this crushed asphalt, you get these big chunks depending on the grade that you get, or how lucky you are and how good they grind it up. As you can see, the box blade does a good job picking stuff up, putting it in the low spots, shaving down the high spots, and it smooths it out really good. So 2 passes on either side, 1 down, 1 up, and we're in pretty good shape. There's a little bit of a ridge in the middle. I'll probably just hand rake, but not bad. All right, so like I said, I didn't really end anything on the video I was shooting because I didn't plan it, so we'll end it here. So hopefully you enjoyed that. What I'll do next, one thing I noticed watching some of these videos is, you know, nothing's labeled on this tractor in terms of what the controls do. And I've sort of figured it out through Googling things and finding the service manual and seeing what does what. So maybe what we'll do is next time we're working on it, we'll do a video to kind of show you how to operate this tractor, what everything does from startup, operating all the components and attachments, the gears and all that, and then, you know, going from there. So we'll look to do that next in our next tractor video, and of course work on the fuel leaks. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Check us out more. Give us a subscribe and a like here on Vortex Garage.